All right, guys, let me make sure though that the waiting room is disabled. Great question. 7,000 options here. Make sure you guys can see this white screen. Can you guys see the whiteboard? Maybe throw that in the chat. Or Dory Cantley, can you put up your thumbs if you see it? A thumb. Thumbs up. Yes? Good. Thank you, guys. First of all, so excited. We are what? 5 days in. I feel like I've been in this company for 5 years. It's been absolutely extraordinary what you guys have been doing. Teams growing all over the place. I've been on call after call, I know as most of you have been, and it's just been nonstop for days. I was getting my hair done today, which I desperately needed. And my hairstylist, who I adore, she finally grabbed my phone and she said, when you're getting your blowout, I want you to relax. Just put your phone down. I was like, oh my God, you sound like my husband. But it was nice to just 20 minutes of getting my hair blow dried and like decompress. And I have to say, even when I got in the car on the way home and did calls, it was so amazing to see the number of amazing people just coming into the company that are so excited about Awakend and so excited about the brand and where we're headed. And everybody wants the product. Yes, the world wants Zenith. We are working very hard to get it in your hands as fast as possible. So let's talk training, because skill set is half of, and I want you to watch what I'm doing here, half of the screen. Column A, column B. Write it down on a piece of paper. This is what I learned at an Eric Worre event called GoPro, gosh, like 7, 8 years ago, and it radically changed my business. I give him a lot of credit for why I went on to earn 7 figures so fast, but I do have to give credit to also being able to promote in my previous company a product that went viral, just like Zenith is already going viral. So he said that in network marketing, in direct selling, people come in and they go over here and they text, right? I'm just going to do this as best I can with the mouse. I promise I have way better handwriting than this. They text, they call, right? They do presentations, let's just say Zooms. What else do you guys do? You sometimes talk to family over coffee, right? Belly to belly, pretty old school. And then you do social media. Wow. I look like I'm 7 years old writing this. Social media. I want you to forever remember this, and I want you to teach your teams as they grow all over the world, because this is going to rock your world. It rocked mine. Okay, that looks like SOG media, but you get the picture. Okay, so they come in and you sign them in and you tell them text, call, Zoom, have coffee, go on social media. And what happens to the majority of people? Why is there such a low number of people in network marketing who make money? Does anyone know why? Raise your hand, go to the chat, or is this going to be very interactive tonight? I'm going to wait. Just, it's okay if you get a wrong answer. Burning bridges is a good answer, but that's not it. Overwhelming, close. Nerves, Michelle, you're getting really close. Unsure what to do. Fear. Thank you, Jesse. Okay. They're scared. I was terrified. Now, mind you, I've earned almost 8 figures. I'm just going on 8 figures now, which has been a goal of mine for a very long time. I was terrified back in 2010, 2011, when I got in, but I was losing my home. I couldn't pay for food. We had repo guys coming. So I had more fear of missing out than I had fear of people telling me no. So I want you to get, though, that that's not the way most people come in. Most people don't come in with that strong of a why. Some of you are dead broke, and actually it's a blessing right now and you just don't know it. Me coming into this industry penniless, powerless feeling, and finally having hope because someone showed me a flip chart presentation at my dining room table on Sunday night, Palm Sunday of 2011. When he showed me that flip chart and he talked about momentum, and I'll talk about that in a second, I went, oh, I can catch momentum in this company. No one knows about this nutraceutical company yet. I can be one of their top earners. I can be one of their diamonds. And I went for it because I was terrified of losing my home, terrified of my family being broken up. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know then that that was a blessing, but I had urgency. So I did call. I don't remember. Was I texting back then? Maybe. We had no I wasn't on Facebook back then. I didn't have Zoom back then. I just had calls. I was leaving voicemails, and I was setting up meetings at my friend's office in East Haven, Connecticut, in their boardroom. I was terrified. Now, back to Eric Worre. 4 or 5 years in, I had made great money, and I was one of the top earners, but I wasn't a millionaire. I was earning a high 6 figures a year, really good. Was coming out of debt, was feeling good, but I was not getting duplication. I was totally burning out doing home parties. I had no idea until I went to GoPro that the majority of women that were going to get on the stage on what they call the $1 Million Female Panel, I had no idea that these women in these gorgeous pencil skirts with their red bottom shoes and their perfectly done blowouts and their makeup and their lashes, they were all up there, and they all told their story of how they built it. And it was all about social media. And I was like, I'm going home and I'm going to do exactly this. I'm going to build it on social media. I'm going to use attraction marketing. Revolutionized my business. Duplication occurred. All I had to do was sit home, post some things on certain days at certain times with certain types of things, whether it was inspirational stuff or it was funny stuff or it was vacation stuff or business stuff. But I learned that day to intersperse it all. They gave us a whole social media calendar, and I started doing exactly what they told me because I wanted to get to the point where I could earn 7 figures and set myself free and help a whole bunch of the people that I loved in my group that wanted the same and wanted to just get set free. Even if it wasn't the big money, they just wanted to pay their mortgage and have time freedom. So I just decided I'm going to do what they're teaching me. Well, Eric gets up there after that and goes, okay, that's all wonderful, what we just learned. But most people come in and they sign up somebody and they do this. Okay, column B, go do this. He goes, and they never do column A. And I'm like, what's column A? Column B is skills that you build, okay, which I'm going to be teaching you over the next year. I'm going to give you all kinds of skills. I'm going to give you all the training from all the top leaders, not just me. I've been in the field, like I said, 12 years, but I've been sales for almost 30. And this is mindset. This is so pretty. And when he said this, I had already been studying mindset. I already had a mindset of a champion. I was already 7, 8 years into mindset. He goes, go home and stop telling people to do this until you do this. That's what he said. And I know some of you were there. There was like 8,000 people there. So I know some of you remember this. So let me get rid of this. Is there a way to clear it? Clear all drawings. There. So we said, column A, first thing you do when they come in is you plug them into mindset. And you find out how poisoned their mindset is, how set up they are for success or how set up for failure. Let me tell you, if you have not earned good money in network marketing, there's your answer. It's your mindset, and it's your subconscious mind. And if you have not read The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, that is your first reading. Okay? Oh, look at me. Sorry, guys, I'm using a mouse, so this is supremely... Okay. Your subconscious mind is the part of your mind where... Okay, so let me give you a quick... You need to understand this. It's going to make you a fortune if you really run with this. Your mind is not the same as your brain. Your mind is what your thoughts are. Your thoughts tell your brain, which is a computer. Your mind is your software, your computer is the hardware. Or just keep with me. Your mind is your conscious thoughts. What are you thinking on? 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 And those thoughts tell the brain exactly what to do. The brain tells the body, if you constantly say, I'm going to get cancer just like my aunt and my uncle and my grandmother and my brother did, you're gonna. If you say you're going to die on the same day your aunt and uncle and your brother did, you will. Your thoughts control your brain, and the computer only knows to do what you tell it. The subconscious mind is what grabs your thoughts that you're marinating on, that you're consistently thinking on, and it says, this must be truth. It doesn't know right or wrong. It doesn't know if cancer or health. It doesn't know good or bad. It doesn't know yes or no. Your subconscious mind only does what you tell it, but what's telling it is your conscious mind. So you have your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and your unconscious mind. Forget about your unconscious mind for right now. Your mindset is what your thoughts are every day and what you're thinking on, because what you think on is what you bring about. Fact. If this is the first time you're hearing this, please let this be the night that you start this journey. If you have heard this before and dismissed it, it is exactly why you're not making money in network marketing. If you think you just have to hit the right person and you're going to be a millionaire, you're wrong. Completely wrong. And if this is the first time you're hearing how I train, this is the real me. I want you to get this stuff because I want to see you soar. I want to see you on stage. I want to know that you go on trips with your grandkids and your children, and that you're tithing into your favorite ministries, and that you're, I don't know, paying off the mortgage of a family member who's ill. I want you to do those things, and I want you to have the fun meals and the trips and no debt. But you won't get that if what is in your mind is feeding your subconscious, because your subconscious is going to bring about exactly what it has already accepted as truth. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. So if you're constantly saying, the doctor said I have cancer and it's probably going to come back, that's exactly what's going to happen, because what you think about, you bring about. Okay, sorry, somebody's phone's going nuts. So Eric goes, if you get them to work on their mindset and you get them to start thinking and speaking, so your thoughts, I want you guys to write this down, and then I want you all to buy Post-its. Everyone have Post-its in their house? I'm OCD and I'm type A, so I have Post-its everywhere. I want you to buy Post-its. Here's why. Because you're going to post these things on your bathroom wall. I don't care, your desk. I want you to do what I did when I started network marketing. Every Post-it had a saying on it. And until it was in my mind and I knew it by heart, I left it up there. And then I would take it off, crumple it up and go, I already know that one. And these are the thoughts that I had, that I was taught. I am strong. I am loved. I am healthy. Guys, this probably sounds corny. Stick with me. I am smart. I am good enough. I am loved. People listen to me. People listen to me. People like me. My business is growing exponentially. Both my team legs are growing all over the world. I am smart. I am healthy. I am strong. I'm giving you all the easy ones that I want you to just throw up on the wall until you know that you start hearing it when you're driving your car. You're like, wow, I just realized I was saying I am strong, I am healthy, I am smart. And I don't want you to say I am debt-free. I don't want you to say I am cancer-free. Why is that, guys? Does anyone know? Go to the chat. She thought she was turning off the waiting room. Guys, it wouldn't undo it. So I'm going to see if I can go. I didn't see anyone in the waiting room. Hold on. Let's look. Admit all. There we go. Thank you for whoever that just said that. I don't know why it didn't pop up here. I wonder if it's because. There we go. Admit all. I'm going to see if I can disable it again. It wouldn't let me disable it before. You see that? It's whited out. So I will check it again in a few. Thank you so much. So if you say cancer, I am cancer free. There it is, it's popping up now. If you say I am debt free, your subconscious mind hears cancer and it tells the computer to manifest or bring about cancer. Facts. If you haven't read these books, you haven't studied this, it's going to sound like malarkey. I know. I used to be the girl going, oh my gosh, this is not real. Oh, it is. Okay. Now, if you start saying things like, I I am wealthy. I am full of joy. I am blessed and highly favored. You start saying those things, your whole world changes. And so, what Eric said that rocked my world was I already knew these things and I knew I was winning. I couldn't figure out until that very day in Las Vegas. I literally was in the third row. He's standing right in front of me, and I went, oh, I haven't been teaching my team to this stuff as much as I've been teaching them to pick up the phone, use a script, talk to people, do this, never knowing that they were already programmed for failure. Because when we're little, as we hear, you're no good, you're just like this one, you're an idiot, you're stupid, you're not good enough, as teachers speak the wrong things over us. You're not paying attention enough. You have ADD. The labels you have carried your whole life have to be undone for you to get to the top of a comp plan. Fact. I want somebody to get this. Start raising hands if this stuff makes sense to you and you get it. Just click that you raise your hand so I know and you can tell. Thank you. You have to stop telling yourself the same story you've told yourself for years, which is, I'm just not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm too old. All those things are holding you back, and your subconscious mind, which you don't know what's playing there, but I do. I've studied it for 16 years. I've taught it all over the world. Your subconscious mind is doing this, and everything that your thoughts that you've been consciously thinking over the years and the things that have been said to you and spoken over you, all the death that has been spoken over you, because you can only speak life or death. There are only two ways to speak in this world. You're either saying something positive, you're either saying something healing, you're either speaking life over a situation, or you're speaking death over a situation. Think that sounds dramatic? It's a fact, because it's not death as in truly a human dying. It's in you're already prophesying what you want to see happen, and you don't even know that you carry that power yet. Because once you harness this power, your life will never be the same. You will teach your children. This is why we started this company. The heart and soul of this company is the mindset and the body program, mind body. Your thoughts and words carry power. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. You can actually speak life over a situation or death over a situation. You can tell someone they're no good, or you can tell someone they're amazing. I had to apologize to my husband today. And I actually almost went to make, as I was leaving the house, I almost went to make, as I was speaking a voice text to him, I said, I need to apologize to you for being cranky and snapping at you for the things that you let slide yesterday. I said, I know I'm about to tell you how stressed I am and how much I'm tired. I said, but those are not excuses, so I will not use those excuses. It was wrong of me to get cranky and snap, and I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to say I'm sorry, but, because then I'm sorry with a but means you're really not saying you're sorry. I took personal responsibility for being completely and utterly just snapping, because there were certain things that I was overwhelmed, and I knew I wasn't going to do that to him, and I needed to apologize. That's humility. It's something that it took years, if not decades, for me to have, which is humility. Okay. But once you start hearing what I'm teaching you and you guys get this, you're going to be blown away by really what's going to happen to your business, because the change in you and in your programming then brings about the kind of manifestation of things that is absolutely limitless. I want this to rock your world tonight. I want you to understand that your words really are super powerful. And most of the time, you are not consciously aware that you are speaking negative, that you're being critical. I have had more attacks since people heard through the grapevine a few months ago that I was starting this company. When it finally leaked out after all this time, if you guys understood the things that have been said about me, about my family, about my friends, my business partner, some of you have heard it, and that's fine. I'm not here to bring that up. What I'm saying is what I had to do as a human being was say to myself, I am good enough. I have a good heart. I'm strong. I love you, God. Thank you for helping me through this. I will not do anything but keep my eyes above the waves. I understand the attacks are going to come. I understand there's jealousy. I understand there's haters. I understand that there's people that are threatened, and I'm going to do it anyway, because I know my purpose in life, and I spoke myself out of it. I prayed myself out of it. I used everything I learned. You don't build a billion-dollar brand. All of us don't build a billion-dollar brand without us having literally the mindset that is like, I call it the ninja mindset, but literally where your mindset is so strong that nothing stops you from getting to the top. Now, you're going to do it with integrity. You're going to do it right. But what I mean is when the nastiness comes, when the people say things to you, when you feel like you're sitting at a dinner table at Thanksgiving and they go, oh, really? Diet pills? Oh, the things that I've heard so far. And you know what? Unmoved. I put hashtag unmoved every day of my life. I go like this. I'm unmoved. I will not lose my peace. I am full of joy and peace. I am happy and I am strong. And most of the time when I'm saying it, I feel the opposite. I'm feeling hurt, stressed, saddened. I let those feelings sit there and I go, I am okay. I am healthy. This is the best thing that's happening. Our company is beautiful. We have beautiful people. I'm not going to let them down. Therefore, I'm not going to go after the emotions I feel. I'm going to go after what I want to feel, which is joy, peace, and happiness. And if I have to talk myself there, I will do it, because I know the minute I allow myself to fall into that, or I become like them, or I say nasty things back, or I talk nasty back, I am no better than them. And then every blessing goes bye-bye. Guys, when Eric taught this and he said, teach your people that what they're thinking on and what they're speaking on is exactly what they're going to get in their business. Now, let me clear this. Is everyone getting this? Hands up. Make sure if I'm not getting through to you, let me know. I want to know that you're so like, wow, Danielle, I know now I have to be consciously working on my thoughts and my words. So here's your first homework from your favorite chief sales officer and friend, new friend for some of you. Some of you are, I had so many great calls over the last 5 days. It's been insane. I'm so honored. So many amazing Canadian leaders coming in and US leaders and newbies that have never done network marketing. I get such joy. You're going to do a fast for 48 hours. Write it down. You're going to fast from tonight when we hang up. In about 30 minutes, we're going to hang up because I have I don't have a 9 o'clock call, but we're going to finish at 9. I want you to fast for 48 hours, and it's a word fast, okay, and a thought fast. So it's a word and thought. I'm just going to, for shorthand there, words and thoughts for 48 hours. And I want you, every time you say or think something negative, you're going to go delete, delete, or cancel, cancel. And that what that does is it interrupts the neural pathway that you're building, because believe it or not, there's such a thing as a neural pathway. And hold on, I'm going to see if I can play that. I don't know if I can play a video. Well, maybe I can. I'll have to pull it up for you. You know what? Just write this down. Go to YouTube and look up Dr. Caroline Leaf, L-E-A-F. And when you look up Dr. Caroline Leaf on YouTube, look up words and thoughts. Neural pathways. N-E-U, I think it is N-U-E-R-A-L. Neural, N-E, can't do it without, I'm visual. Neural pathways. So what you're going to do is fast for 48 hours, but what you need to understand is neural pathways are little neurons that as you think something, they all swim in your brain, literally, and you could see it on the video. You're going to be blown away. You're going to see the brain and what's happening in the brain. And these neurons all start to form what look like tree branches. And it looks like trees that have no leaves in the winter or dead of winter. The more you think on a bad thought or a good thought, the more those neural pathways become like thicker branches in your brain. You can actually, thoughts are things. You can actually see thoughts being created. Scientifically, you can see it. I'm a little bit of a science geek. But what that means when you go see that is you're going to visually understand that your thoughts are actually creating these neural pathways in your brain like superhighways. And you'll jump onto that thought faster and faster the more you think on it, because it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind. That's all I'm going to give you tonight on subconscious, because I know it's a lot. I want you to read The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Put it on Audible. Get it in your brain as fast as you can. It's going to get you out of the gates so much more successfully than you could have ever imagined. And I pray that tonight is the breakthrough for you. I don't care how many companies you've been in. Stop saying you failed in other. Stop using the words. Stop saying the sayings. Stop telling the same story, because you're going to get the same life. if every time you tell your story, it's the same life that you're going to repeat because you reinforce your neural pathways. But what happens when you go on a fast and you start to be cognizant of your thoughts and words? Those neurons start to break up because you're not using the thought anymore. And they really do. They start to go like this and they break. But what's happening is you don't have to stop thinking those thoughts. You're going to do exactly what Dr. Phil says. You can't, there's no such thing as true willpower. I didn't know that. Okay. True willpower is like, okay, you're stuck somewhere and you have to stay alive. That's one thing. But you actually have to replace a habit, a bad habit with a good habit. That's how you undo something that's habitual. And when I heard that, I went, that's brilliant. And it's the same concept that Dr. Leaf teaches, Dr. Joseph Murphy teaches, which is this. As you think on the things that you want to see come together, new neural pathways build and the old ones die off because you're no longer thinking or speaking like that. So if you want to break up the old thought neural pathways, you want them to die off in your brain and you want the new ones to appear that are healthy and strong, then you've got to do a fast to start and then you've got to speak life. Okay. So how do you do that? Change Your Thoughts, Change Your World by Joyce Meyer. Amazing book. I'm just going to throw some books at you. The Magic of Thinking Big. I forget who wrote that. It's a phenomenal book. The Magic of Thinking Big will change your life. There's so many good ones on mindset. I Am by Joel Osteen. Some people don't like Joel, but I'll tell you that book, I Am, it's just a book of declarations. And man, will it light you on fire and it will undo all, if not most, of the terrible programming you picked up over the years and decades. There are declarations online you can Google for free. I am declarations. The two most powerful words are I am. I don't know if you know this. And why is that? Because what you say you are is exactly who you manifest and become. So if you say you're a bad person, you've messed up too much, I am too old, I am too fat, I am too dumb, I am too broke, I am too whatever, you will absolutely call that in. You will build the neural pathways literally physically in your brain. You will have structures in your brain that stop you from doing anything other than what you're telling it. I am. Pick up Google, go to Google, pick up your phone or your computer later and type in I am declarations. And the I am declarations will change your life. But you can make your own. I made all my own. I am good enough. I am worthy. I am a top leader. I actually said I'm building my business to China. Believe it or not, in my last company, we opened China and everyone was like, Danielle, you have the biggest team in the company. I didn't even know at first. I used to joke about it. I'm going to just build it to China. I literally built it to China. It was never a plan to go to China. And there we were in China, right? So back to the A and the B, because I'm going to, over the weeks or the year, teach you both sides. So you're not always going to get mindset and you're not always going to get skill set, but I'm going to give you some really cool stuff tonight. So I gave you the mindset stuff for now. You're going to do a fast. And it's going to be hard at first for most of you. Most of you don't know you're complainers. Most of you don't know you're grumblers. Most of you don't know that you're critical. Most of you don't know that you're super negative. I started my fast 16 years ago. I was saying delete, delete, cancel, cancel so much that I said, I can't get anything done. That's how poisoned my mind was. That's how much my thoughts were absolutely out of control. But once I got this going, all of a sudden I was making all this money. I had opportunities. The weirdest things were happening. And I'm going, something's up with this. This is legit. And then I talked to my pastor and she goes, Danielle, it's renewal of the mind. It's right in scripture. What you think on is what you bring about. Romans 4:17. And I went, oh, everything's matching up. All the stuff I learned growing up, all the stuff I learned in church, and all the things I heard from some of the greatest champions in the world said, it's what you think on and who you believe you are is who you become. So if you think you're going to be a great leader, I don't know, but I know that I always knew I would be a millionaire in this industry. And if you looked at me on paper 11, 12 years ago, you would have laughed at me. You would have said, she's in denial. She's crazy. She's $750,000 in debt. Her and her husband, there's no way they can pull this off. They have young children. Their house is in foreclosure. Didn't matter. In my mind, I made that commitment and I said, I don't know how I know this, but I know. And it's in the knowing, as Les Brown says, it's in the knowing. I knew that it was going to happen for me. I just didn't know how. You never have to know the how. Write this down. Put the word how down and put a big X through it. You don't need to know how. What you need to know is why. Why the heck are you in Awakened? What brought you here? Don't tell me it's just to lose weight, because I am excited for you if you need to lose weight. I'm excited for you to get to your goal weight, and I will cry and hug you when I see you. I'll cry with you. I'm excited to be at my goal weight too. However, it's not why you're here. You're here to build a business and you have dreams, you have aspirations. Most of you, though, get in and go, I'll see where it goes. I'll try. No, we don't try. We're going to do. We're going to build it. We're going to persevere together. We're going to lock arms. I'm not quitting on you, so you're not quitting on me. We're going to get you there, and you're not going to hop around to companies, because that does nothing for you. What does something for you is knowing, why the heck did you join? And I would like you guys, if you can, a few of you to type in, write in the chat why you joined. Could be 2 sentences. I'll read a few. Be honest. And if it doesn't make you cry and it doesn't give you a feeling of true emotion, then it's probably not a why that's going to get you to do much. You probably won't persevere through building an organization, because this is not easy. There's a video by Les Brown that I've watched probably 50 times in the last 10 years on YouTube. And every time I watch it, I get the chills. And he said, it's going to be hard, accept that, and then keep going. Because the minute you say it'll be easy, or I'm going to try, or maybe I'll put in a little effort, you've already failed. You've already given yourself an out. But when you decide it's going to happen, and I don't care how it happens, but I know it is going to happen, you will bring it about, because you have set it in your mind, and your conscious mind tells your subconscious mind to keep going. You will manifest exactly. Who knows how long? You got to hustle, right? Speed is the name of the game. But why? Why are you in it? Why are you here? My why, Lee said, is I want to be able to retire early from my job after watching my parent die early. Hold on. Let me get back to that. Hold on. Shoot, I lost it, and hold on. I feel bad that I lost it. Lee lost one of her parents, and she wants time freedom to be independent. Be independent after a controlling marriage, Robin. Okay, I get that. Reignite my fire and finally achieve the top. I'm $1 million earner. Love it. Of course, Jackie. I knew a long time ago you were going to be at the top. And Jackie knows you stay in one thing and you just go, and you don't lose your sight, right? We've talked about this. You just keep going. To own my own home and give back to suicide awareness. Andrea, 100% the foundation that we're starting. I want you to reach out to me when it opens. That's one of my causes. Love 148 for children's trafficking. Sex trafficking is one of my near and dear that we give money to, but suicide awareness is a huge one that I want to do. I want to help single moms, single dads. I want to help people who are ill and cannot make ends meet because they're not well. Time freedom, college debt, retire your husband, wonderful. Immediately to pay bills and Christmas, but be able to buy food without putting stuff back. Okay, Tristan, you're gonna make me cry. Yep, I was there, and I promised myself I would never forget what that felt like to not feed my kids, because our church was putting groceries in our house in early 2011. And they knocked on the door and didn't tell us it was coming, because they probably knew I would have said, no, we're fine. To lose weight, build a startup, to be financially free from home. I like that. Is that Devaney? I don't want to say it wrong. I apologize. People butcher my name all the time. And a bunch of you have asked me. It's Danielle, or D. You can call me D. Financially free. This stuff wrecks me, but I need to know this. So that means I keep pushing and I keep working hard to make this the best company for you. So this stuff is important to me to know. Want to be able to retire. Here is the one, Lee. I want to have the freedom to enjoy life. Amen. Life is short. I want you to enjoy it now. I want you to enjoy it while you're building it. And I want you to already know you're going to succeed in our company. Need to fund a worldwide ministry. Guido, that's great. We do give to a lot of ministries and a lot of people, my husband and I, but I can't wait to do 1,000-fold what we do now. Long term, I deserve more and meant for more, and I'm here to impact thousands. Love that. I want to prove myself I can. Okay, Beth, I don't want you to prove it. I want you to say it's done. I'm in this until I can say to Danielle and the whole team in the company, I did it. But I want you to already say it's done. So that was perfect, because I wanted to say this. Your next step that you have to understand, which is the power of the mindset that's going to change your life, is it's already happened. So that gets where people get sticky. And I've trained all over the world. I remember being in the country of Panama, and I had to speak to a group of Spanish people. So everything got translated. Everyone had on headsets. It was so odd. It was a great talk, and everybody was like really impacted, but it was hard for me to, I could tell that they weren't fully, I had to slow down. But at the end, a woman walked up to me and she gave me a big hug. I'll never forget her. Linda. And she was crying, and she said, I never, ever listened to my mentor. She said, and you just told me everything today that my mentor told me. And that's why I'm still unable to live above poverty level. She said, I don't know why it hit me today. I don't know why I didn't listen to my mentor, but that's why I'm here. I finally get it. It's like I had to hear it again. She goes, it's like it hit me like boom. And she had good English, and she's saying this to me, and she's weeping and then hugging me, and I'm crying. And she said, I have to speak as if it already happened. So I am loved, even though if you don't feel loved, I am good enough. Those are the things you have to say. But if you want to see your business grow, and this is what really matters right now, is your business growing, is this. I have a multi-million-dollar business with Awakend. I am building it in multiple countries across the globe. It is amazing what's already happened and what's going to continue to happen. Our team is absolutely growing exponentially. It's amazing. Now, most of you go, well, Danielle, that's lying. I remember the first time I learned this concept and I went, it feels inauthentic. Well, guess what? The way mindset works is this. If you actually write it down, and you put it in a journal tonight, and you say, I am we have these higher ranks that you guys haven't seen yet, but it's called the circle. We're going to launch those top 3 really, really high ranks at convention in February. When you say, I am a member of the circle with Awakend, okay? You may hit somewhere in there, but in your mind, you say, and you write this down, I am a 7-figure earner annually. You got to be very specific. I am healthy. I am strong. I am a multimillionaire. Or you just say, I have time freedom. I have money freedom. I am happy. I am healthy. I have great relationships, but say it like it's already happened. That is the key to radically transforming yourself and to having your business take off very quickly. Words and thoughts carry power. If you harness this tonight, what I'm teaching you, most of you are going to dismiss it. A good number of you already know this and just haven't been doing the work the way you should. And a bunch of you already know it, which is why you're top earners. And you're sitting here going, yes, Danielle. Yeah, I've already gotten a couple texts. For the love of God, teach them this. Because it's the people over here who are making the big money that can already tell you the good mindset doesn't come after you make big money. The good mindset is what brings that in. The money comes when you get your mind right and you get your thoughts in alignment with what you're capable of. And you're capable of great things. Most of you have been programmed that you're not. So that's that for now. I'm going to dig more over this. There's a lot more to mindset than you can ever imagine. I gave you some books, gave you the 48-hour fast. We're going to do these trainings weekly. It's not going to be the same night of every week because we have a lot going on to build this company and get it launched in October. Okay, so I'm going to hit up a couple of these. I am in the circle and Awakend. I love it. Thank you, JB. I am destined to have, no, not I'm destined, take out destined. I have 100,000 plus in volume on both legs with Awakend Nation. So not I am destined. I already have it. So it's already mine. For the first time, I felt the Holy Spirit in a business call. Ah, would it be possible to get a book list posted? Yes, Beth, over time, I will be adding books in. I've thought about doing a book club, but I just don't want to slow you guys down. I'd rather you take a few and just run with them. Now, I'm always going to give you two different kinds of books. Here we go. There is the skills books. Actually, some of you have my list, the skills books versus the mindset books. At any given month or week, I want you reading two different types of books. Do not just read a mindset book. You also need to read a network marketing skill set book. It could be a script book. Danny Johnson's scripts are amazing. Look up Danny Johnson. You can also, my favorite is your first year in network marketing by Mark Yarnell. If you've never read that, I don't care if this is your 30th year, read it. Your first year in network marketing, read it. And then read mindset. Let's do The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Be reading them at the same time. Do 10 minutes or 10, 15 minutes of this book and 10 or 15 of this book. Why? Because the last thing you want to do is overdo mindset and not do your skills, or overdo skills and not do mindset. It will slow you down. You need a little of both, so you're hitting column A and column B. Does that make sense, guys? Now I'm going to teach you something that is totally different. Can everyone see this? Let me see if I can get rid of this. Hold on. I want to see if I can see myself. Okay, that camera. In the background. Nope, maybe not. I'm so not a techie. Can you guys see this? Let me know if you can. It's called Orbe Power Drops. Just raise hands or put something in the chat. Okay, sorry, because I can't see my face. Thank you. Okay. If I told you that this is my favorite, by the way, I had COVID last year on August 27th, and I had to fight to breathe on day 11 and 12. It was really bad. I was totally fine in the beginning, mild fever, totally fine. And it hit my respiratory system on day 9. And by day 11, I couldn't make it up the stairs without crawling. And my husband was going to take me to the hospital. It was bad. There's some people here who prayed with me through that. Thank you. It was pretty bad. I couldn't lay back. I couldn't do anything but sit propped up because I felt like my lungs were being crushed and I could not get air. It was bad. I didn't want to go to the hospital. I didn't want to be put on remdesivir, and I did not want to be intubated. And I knew that it might take me out. There's a reason for this. These are power drops. This is what has helped my hair to come back. It is not a hair growth serum. It is stuff that I've been using for almost a year now. You don't need a lot. I'm going to explain why I'm teaching you this. It's what I've used because my hair was coming out in clumps on my worst days. Guys, I don't know if you had COVID, but I had it where I was vomiting on myself as I showered and I was too weak to stand. I was having this vasovagal thing where I would get completely like my legs were going to give out. Just 2 days of, at the worst, at the peak of it, where all of a sudden I thought, oh my God, I'm going to fall over. And I would turn completely gray white and I would get really weak. And I'm like, I'm a strong chick. Like I can handle a lot. And all of a sudden I would be covered in water. My whole body would be wet. And then I'd go, oh my God, I'm going to go down. And I was so weak that I couldn't stand up. My husband found me face down in the kitchen because I knew if I didn't go down and lay like a starfish that I would have cracked my head or open, and I couldn't yell. I know it sounds dramatic. It was really scary. And I am, like I said, super tough. I've given birth with no drugs. Like I can handle stuff. I am not a baby, but wow. So my point is the day that my husband had to sit outside of the shower to make sure that I didn't fall, and I just sat there vomiting on myself. I was so humiliated. He's sitting there and I'm vomiting on myself, just water. I wasn't eating for days. I'm vomiting water. I'm nauseous. I had all kinds of an awful, just awful, right? And I don't know how to think about it. But as I was in the shower one day, all of a sudden I'm pulling on my hair and massive clumps of hair were coming out. I know a lot of you lost hair during COVID, but I was pulling it out and I was going, oh my God. And I'm watching it it's in clumps everywhere. I lost so much hair that I had bald spots, even though I have super thick hair. when I realized how much damage happened just to my hair, after I was all healed, it took like 3 weeks. I got on ivermectin. I was on everything. I was on an inhaler. I was on steroids. But when I got these and I started using it like I was told by someone who had been through this, and she's like total rock star with hair. She goes, every day, you're just gonna heal your hair. You're gonna put this stuff in. Okay. It's expensive, but I'm gonna do it. My hair was so bad that it was crunchy. And I had little wings because as it was growing back in, like even my hairline moved. It was so bad. But here's my point. Network marketing is about finding out what's really bothering someone. What is it they need? Is it their weight that's bothering them? We know multi-millions of people have weight issues and it bothers them and they probably wouldn't put it out there. But I know that personally, okay? I know how that feels. But when my friend said, get this stuff and put it in every freaking day, I bought it. Why did I buy it? I want to see if you guys learned anything tonight. Why did I buy it? Peg, I remember when all your hair, I remember the pictures you sent me. Thank you. You guys are so smart. She hit my emotion. She hit my pain point. I would have sold something in my house to get this stuff. I have not stopped using this stuff because it solved my what? My problem. My hair is like silk now. It took months for my hair to grow back. Months. Look how thick it is, guys. I used hair vitamins that my naturopath told me called Nutrafol, and I use this every freaking day. Why? Because my hair was so straw-like and so dry that my hairstylist would not highlight me with any foils for 8 months. She would not touch my hair. The names of the drops are, and we're not selling these, Orbe's Power Drops. They're 2% oh my gosh, I'm going to butcher it. Lino, linoleic acid. Their damage repair booster. She said, you get this. So it's Power Drops. Can you guys see it? Here's my point. I should get some an affiliate link for Orbe. I'm kidding, guys. Why did I buy them and why have I continued to reorder them? Let's be really real here, because this is going to change your whole attitude. You're going to start selling this stuff like crazy. They hit my PowerPoint, right? She hit it hard. She hit my emotion. And she knew that it bothered me because my hair, I always loved my hair. I'm Italian and Greek. Was a little girl. I had really long, thick hair. My mom said I look like a little person walking around because I always had gorgeous long hair. When my hair literally fell out and it was dry and crackly for months, not to mention all the steroids that were in my body, I was emotionally overwhelmed. And when you can get to someone and give them a solution, okay, they're going to buy without you having to try. And that's what I need you guys to get tonight. This is the philosophy that's made me millions. What is their hot button? I'm going to give you a few statements that I've written down in my phone that I think are going to, and I don't post them tonight because we don't have any 2-packs or 4-packs to sell yet. But when I start putting these up in another week and we do have the 2-packs and 4-packs, you're going to sell a ton. Why? Because you're going to hit people with the right statements. So it's probably in my other phone. I have 2 phones now, guys. So much fun. I put together a campaign. So I'll post the campaign. Probably good not to say it right now because some of you will use it and then you'll lose customers because they're not going to want to wait. So in another week, when we have these 2-packs and 4-packs available for people who don't want to come in at the digital collectibles, you're going to put up things like, I can't believe people are still coming in. You're going to put up things like, let me think of one that I really liked recently that I was like, oh, that one's so good. Hold on. If you've been on a dieting roller coaster and would love for that to end and get to your goal weight, drop me an emoji, something like that. If you've been on a dieting roller coaster and you really want to get the weight off for good, drop an emoji, write it down. If you posted that with a colored background and I was scrolling through and saw that, Danelle Meoli would ask you what you got. The key to network marketing, and guys, this is all it is. You know, everyone writes peak, P-E-A-K. It's peak interest. If you pique interest, and Danny Johnson said this, she goes, the person who piques interest the best and the most wins. I learned that the top earners in the world for network marketing, the biggest earners, pique interest like a champ. And they pique it over and over again. How do you pique interest without giving the right? The curiosity kills the cat. If you tell them everything on social media, they're not going to ask you. They're just going to go find it online somewhere where someone's trying to sell it, and you're going to lose the sale. But if you pique interest and you keep it mysterious, guys, this made me a fortune that will continue to, because I'm helping you build the company. I want you to earn the kind of money that makes you proud and gives you the life you want and allows you to help others. You have to keep it mysterious. Do not use the name of the product. Don't talk about Zenith until they come to you and say, tell me more. You're going to have a 3-minute video in the next week or so, and you're going to have a landing page, and you're going to have a doctor's video. You're going to have everything you need. And I'm going to plug you into a testimonial page next week that we're going to start uploading all the pictures of all the people using Zenith. If you keep it mysterious and you truly get them to pique their interest, and they say, what do you got? What is it? Is my favorite thing. And one of the girls I posted on the page today, I forget her name, forgive me. She had like 21 people last night from her post say, send info, send info, send info. When someone asks you what is it, you have a phenomenal post. The minute you see, tell me more, what is it, what you got, you know you are rocking network marketing. But here's the thing. Most of you tell everything. You literally just drop everything, you vomit on social media, and then what happens? They're gone. They're only going to come to you for info if you keep them guessing as to what product it is, what the heck does it do, tell me more. That's when you send the video or you drop them in the Facebook page that we're going to open very soon. This system has made me a fortune, and many other people in the industry. Now, this is, just write this down, and I want you to on a post-it, rinse and repeat. I don't want to say until rich because it's kind of corny, but rinse and repeat until you retire. I haven't stopped rinsing and repeating. I'm going to explain this in a minute. I don't want to retire. I freaking love this industry. I moved into ownership because I'm tired of, as you guys know, owners and people in corporate not understanding what we do and how we do it. But an industry veteran called me today who's on our team, and he said, thank you so much, Danelle. He goes, I already see it. He goes, I'm so excited to be building again. He goes, I can't even believe I'm coming out of retirement to do this. He goes, you know why? Because you get it, because you've been in the field. You've put together the company already with all of these things that most of the executives at the top who've never built don't understand. You rinse and repeat until you retire or you sell your downline. I don't care. What does rinse and repeat mean? And this is what I'm going to end on. I could train you for the next 5 hours. I love this stuff, but I know you guys got to go, and we got people to talk to. Rinse and repeat is peak interest. Let me teach you what made me a fortune. Peak interest every damn day. And I'll explain, sorry for damn, but every darn day. Peak interest. And I mean, at least 10 people a day. Interest. Peak interest every darn day. What I did was, I'm just going to tell you what I did to get here. I did 12 a day. Because I was told do 8 a day. And I'm an overachiever, which is sometimes not a good thing. But 12 a day because I wanted to do more. But most people do 8 a day, and that's fine. 8 a day will absolutely retire you. The problem is most of you won't continue to do 8 a day. You'll quit, or you'll forget why you're in it, or you'll get bored, or someone will offend you, make fun of you, tell you to stop dreaming, tell you to go back to your day job, tell you that you're interfering and you're sacrificing of your time to build this is interfering with your relationship and with your kids. And yes, You need to put your family first, but you should never put your dream aside for anyone. Anyone, if you have a dream in your heart, you build it part-time and you learn to manage your time. Now, once you pique interest every day, and I'll explain that next week, there's many ways to do it. Mostly I like to do it through posting, but once you pique interest every day, then you're going to send the landing page that we're creating. It's almost done. You send a link. That link is to a page that has a 3-minute corporate overview, which is beautiful. It's almost ready. You are going to have words underneath it kind of describing more about the opportunity so you don't have to repeat it. And at the end, at the bottom, it'll be like a 4-minute doctor video. We're working on white papers. I don't know if it'll be ready in the next week or 2 or maybe 3 weeks. Who knows? We're working hard to get that. And that'll be an attachment as well. You'll have everything you need in that link to give them enough information for them to do what? Make a decision. A decision can be no. Get over it. Accept that no's are a part of the business. I get no's. And I've earned millions. Who cares? No one gives a, you know what? Crap. No one gives. No one cares how much money you make. You know what they care about? Are you helping them solve their problem? Do you care about them? No one cares how much money you're making. You don't need to make big money to be validated. You don't need to be at the top of the comp plan for people to listen. You have to care about their hot buttons. And now that we have a product that can radically change millions upon millions upon millions of lives, when they know you care and you have a solution, you've piqued their interest correctly, and you're doing about 8 a day, and at least 8 people a day are saying, tell me more, and you're sending out 8 links a day, and you're getting at least 5 people a day to say yes. Let's say 3 people a day say yes. 3 people a day, maybe you're only doing it 5 days a week. 15 new people in your business a week. Let me tell you what I did in my prior company. I did 12 a day. I did it for 6 months straight. I did 101 days and then 111 days. And I ran as fast as I could because I was going through a divorce and I had no home to stay in and I had debt and I was out of network marketing for a while and my life was falling apart. So I did the 12 a day for 6 months, 6 days a week. I took Sundays off. 12 a day, 6 months. Sounds like a long time? No, it's not. Because at the 8th month in the business, I was at 148,000 a month. Oh, that was a little weird what I did there, but you get it. In that August, was at 148K. I was able to rent a house and pay in full for a year because my credit was shot because of the divorce. I continued to make 150, 180, 120 for several years, almost 3, maybe a little more. This is because of what, guys? What is this from? It's because of repeatedly doing what? Piquing interest. Because I consistently said, who needs better sleep? Who needs better whatever? I kept going about the benefits of the product I was selling. And I kept saying, the more I talk to the world, the more people I show the testimonials to, the more people I add to the group, the more people I add, tag, and message, the more I pique interest, the bigger my message is out to the world, the sooner I'm what? Free. So let me leave you with this, and it's getting messy because I know we got to wrap it up. I knew if I didn't care who said no, but I believed in the product and believed in what I was doing, and I found enough people who needed help, it would serve me and it would serve many. And it did. And it does today, just like it did 12 years ago when I started. My system has never changed. I find out what the product can do, and I formulate my piquing of interest posts on social media based on the hot buttons that the product can solve. So when we start this next week, sometime early next week, you're going to have a testimonial page. You're going to have pictures in those pages. You're going to drop in 10 people a day. That's all you can bring. You can't bring in more than 10 or Facebook shuts it down. You can invite 10 a day. When they invite themselves and you invite them and they accept it, you can actually tag them at one and go, look at this, and just draw attention to them so they get a notification on their phone or on their laptop that you want them to see this. And once they're in and see the testimonials, the sale will happen based on what? Based on corporate putting in all of this content that we're dripping on your prospects for you. Guys, it's how I sent our last company into momentum. I created a group. Everybody was dropping 10 in a day. We were putting all the testimonials in. Hey, can you sleep? Do you need to sleep better? Do you need better sexual vitality? Do you have joint discomfort? Do you have, is your hair and nails thin? Do you need to, what I say, sleep better? Do you need more energy? And every time we put up testimonials about those key issues that people are emotional about, people go, give me what you got. Send me a link. Let's go. Or I need to get on the phone and learn more. Or send me a video. And guys, that's it. So the system that we're creating, sorry, my phone was buzzing, that we're creating is just a 3-step system. That's it. I'm going to teach it to you next week. I'm going to post as soon as we hang up here. I'll post when I'm going to teach this on what night. I'm going to teach you the peak interest, send a link, and collect a decision. And we're going to do it with you. Guys, this product is viral already. We don't need to do much. You don't have to train hard. You don't have to be on trainings 24/7. You need to work at peaking interest as fast and as successfully as you can without giving away the whole story. Be mysterious. If you don't know the content you should put out, use mine. I'm going to create content for you. If there are people you're following that have made 7 and 6 figures in the industry, then you can be pretty sure they're good at content. Copy, paste. Don't share, because when you share, less people see it. Facebook, the algorithm, the way it works is shares are bad. If you copy it, save the photo, paste it to your own page, upload the photo, make it like your own post. Everyone should be sharing content. There's enough to go around. There's abundance everywhere for all of you. I love you guys. There's so much more I want to teach you. Get into that mindset. Get that fast started right now. Every time you say something negative or think negative, delete, or cancel, and start saying, I am good enough. I am strong. I am the top of the comp plan. I am in the best company ever. I am happy. I am healthy. And just go after it. I love you. It's going to be a great ride. We have so much for you. And I will get on another training with you next week so we can get the system in place. We'll open up the testimonial page. We'll get those 2-packs and 4-packs up and listed for you. And you guys can go build your empires. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon.